See, a dog identifies a human from the scent that they carry, not by their name, not by their gender. A lot of times gender does, again, the scent that the gender carries makes a difference. Two-wheeler or a four-wheeler that a dog is chasing, you stop the vehicle, the dogs don't know how to react. They will look around like nothing happened because they thought I'm chasing and you're going. But now you stopped. And then if you turn off the vehicle, the dogs, if they're dominating dogs, they'll pee on your wheels to tell that this wheel now belongs to me in my territory.
We have some people, some pet parents talking long sentences to dogs, and the dog is just giving a stare without understanding, or is he trying to read the emotion? Who's right here?
The dog is wondering, when you know that I can't understand, why are you barking for such a long time? And they're reading the emotion. They're like, I'm getting attention. Either ways I can't understand, but I'm getting a lot of attention. So they'll sit down and listen, enjoy listening. Dogs not always surrender to humans, one. Second, dogs are aggressive towards unknown people entering their house. That's how they guard the house as well. And dogs not only attack other dogs or show pack behavior, they show it with a rat, a rabbit, a cat, another dog, any animal for that matter. German Shepherd female is like an all in all. You want it to be a companion, your babysitter, your you name it. You guard, protect, babysit from strangers, from animals, obey, everything A to Z. A female German Shepherd is an anytime good bet.
The more I learn about people, the more I like my dogs. Is a famous saying by Mark Twain. A line like this could definitely spark a lot of curiosities as to how today's show is going to go about. If you have ever met a dog, this episode is for you. If you have ever had a pet, this is for you. If you want to understand more about how dogs behave, why do they behave a certain way, this episode is definitely for you, because in the studio, here we have Dr. Amruth, who is widely known as Dog Guru and a pioneering canine behaviorist, founder of Amruth Dog Guru Services. There's so much that this man has done over many years, but in a nutshell, here I am welcoming you, not just as a distinct relative, but for the merit that you bring on the table, for all the experience that you have, and for everything that you put on the table by calling a spade a spade. So, Amruth, welcome to Just Curious. I think last time we met during our Kannada podcast, and here we are. The cycle repeats, but this time it's in English. How are we? How are you?
Perfect. Life can't get better.
Why do you say that?
It has enough. Probably I've been able to manage things better. So, giving enough and more time to family and the extended family. Family starts with the 200 canines that feed me. And then the extended family is the wife and children and my company and my staff that these dogs feed again.
If a man can think, my family is my 200 dogs and my extended family is my wife and children, that definitely speaks volumes as to who you are, how you think, and why do you think a certain way. I mean, I'm sure you've probably spent more time understanding dogs than humans.
True. Or on the contrary, I would suggest dogs have spent more time teaching me life.
Okay.
Because every dog is a different teacher. Every dog is a new teacher. Every dog teaches a new science. It could be values. It could be something like mind your own business. There are different dogs who are very fidgetive. There are dogs who mind their own business. So there's a learning from every single dog. So they are the bigger teacher than me calling myself a trainer or a behaviorist. I suggest they are teachers to me. So
that's a nice line you gave, which speaks volumes as to how one can look at life or even an object or a living around oneself. When you mentioned dogs are my teachers, why did you say that?
There are several things that humans today are in a conflict with, and most of the conflict comes from one and himself for a person. So if he's fighting with somebody across the street, because there's a lot of fight happening inside him. Otherwise, he wouldn't have fought with anyone outside. So that's a learning we get from a dog. If a dog's very comfortable in their mind and in their body and in their spirit, then he's not going to get into a fight, regardless of what breed he is, what he's evolved for. So when he's calm and confident, he's calm and confident. But that doesn't mean that he's submissive. every dog for that matter. So that's something to learn, that if you have your peace within you, you don't get into a fight with anybody else, regardless of whose ever mistake it is.
That's a brilliant philosophy one can apply, looking at
A dog.
dogs through connecting the message and find your own answers through which you navigate life,
Very
navigate
true.
through life. So you did talk about few things wherein, you know, when a dog is submissive or when is it calm, which now makes me dig deep into understanding the psychology of pets. So to start with, I'm sure a lot of my audience who are watching us today might not have a pet, but they might have encountered a street dog or a pet. So firstly, I think I would like to address the street dog, the fear, the behavior and everything that, you know, some might fail to understand. So firstly, where do we start? Because should we start with the dogs barking and chasing? Why does a street dog bark at strangers to start with?
I would want to go a little back, or way back, to understand why a dog, what is a dog, who is a dog, and then we get to why they're doing something what they're
Got
doing.
it.
Now, when you said, you rightly said, what we need to today cater to in terms of our podcast is some information and knowledge for people who do not have a pet, who have not experienced a dog's love.
Mm-hmm.
On the contrary, they are termed as xenophobic people who are scared of dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, fear comes in three different factors. One is learned fear, associated fear, experience fear.
Okay.
So learned fear is something where a mother is telling a child, you eat your food, otherwise you can hear the dog, he's going to come and attack, or leave the dog out, I'll put you into the kennel if you don't eat food. Things like this.
Or I'll send you to the hostel.
I'll send you to the hostel,
Boarding.
boarding. Like Tommy, Ginger, Tiger went, things like that, where they learn. Or a mother, even to an extent that even if she's a carrying mother, she's a pregnant woman, and there's a dog lying there, and she's going to move away from that, she's still feeding the baby who's in the womb, that she's scared. So the child from there starts learning that dogs are something to be scared of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here advocating that you need to own a dog or pet a dog. If people who own a dog and pet a dog will continue doing it, for sure, regardless of anything. But I would concentrate on people who are scared of a dog, especially with a country like ours in India, where the laws and the constitution very clearly states that we have to live with a dog.
Right.
You don't have a choice. You can't. They have equal rights to live with us. So this is one animal, a living being, that whether you like, you don't, you love, you hate, you would encounter them at least once in a day in your parking lot, in a park close by, in your office, in your neighbor. You could hear something that you may not be able to see in the night, who's barking or howling. So understanding them, like I said, one is the learned fear from the mother or somebody. Second is the experience fear, easy to understand. When I was a child, a dog chased me. So they scared, or they saw a dog in a fight, or they saw a dog attack somebody. So they've seen something and they've experienced it. Either they've seen and experienced, or they've been chased by a dog or bitten by a dog.
Will that also come?
Yes, that's an experience.
Right?
They had a not a very nice experience.
Pleasant experience. Right?
Pleasant experience. The third is associated fear, which a lot of people don't understand.
That is?
Now, they had a bully in the class who used to bully everybody, and he had a dog at home. So though they never met the dog, they never played with the dog, neither did the dog attack. It could be the most friendly dog on earth. But then the person who owned the dog was a bully. He used to scold people, he used to fight with people in the house, in the school, and things like that.
So his dog...
So he's associated. He doesn't know he's associated fear of dog is from them. It could be on the contrary that every time the police came, they came with a dog in the vehicle. And in a lot of countries, most of the canine patrolling dogs are there. So every time they see that, that they're scared. They're like, it's a cop with a dog. It's a canine, right? The fear that is fed into them, that's associated. So they fear doing anything wrong because a cop's going to catch them. Similarly, a cop comes with a dog, so they're scared of the dog as well.
Because they fear the cop.
They fear the cop, and the cop is always seen with a dog. Sort of it, right? So these are associated fears. So people, once they understand their fear, it's easy for them to overcome it or respect your fear. Now, what are you scared of? A dog. Where did they come from? They came from wolves. Why did they come? The myth, a lot of people think that dogs are faithful to few people, dogs are not faithful to few people, where it goes this way that those days the evolution itself, it was a pack of wolves who found easy food. They're scavengers. They love to eat on leftover food. So they did find nomadic people walking around the jungles or the across snow areas and stuff like that, where wolves were there. They saw in the night there is leftover food that they can eat on. It was easy meal. So they guarded that territory, their territorial animals, where they got their food from. They protected that territory, which was their source of food.
Right.
Whereas a human started feeling that, oh, lovely, these dogs are guarding me. Whereas they didn't have an idea about the humans around. They knew that they existed. They knew that they're Homo sapiens, they're around. But then they were guarding their food.
So, here a doubt. We know dogs are extremely territorial. For example, if this is my territory, another dog comes in, my dog automatically gets insecure and starts growling or starts indicating that I am the alpha. And there's a certain behavior, controlling the pack. But a dog, when it looks at human coming into their territory, why is that they're submissive? Is it because the way the humans are tall, they know that, okay, maybe this is a superior species than me, is why the dogs surrender to humans?
Dogs not always surrender to humans, one. Second, dogs are aggressive towards unknown people entering their house. That's how they guard the house as well. And dogs not only attack other dogs or show pack behavior, they show it with a rat, a rabbit, a cat, another dog, any animal for that matter. Because their source of food, they're territorial, and in this territory, I need to guard my food or I need to guard my mate if it's a male. I need to guard my puppies or my food, source of food, if it's a female.
Mother.
So they're territorial in that way. When there is a human, there are humans who are chased away by dogs. You enter a guarding dog house, a dog which is guarded by probably a good guard dog, could be any breed for that matter. It's not going to allow anybody come in, whether they're humans.
For a stranger, it does that. But for an owner or a pet parent, so is there an association?
Classical conditioning. They are my source of food. No, they are the ones who are going to feed me. They are the ones who give me love and affection. That's why a well-socialized dog would allow another dog come in. They're happy with another dog coming in because they're classically conditioned to them. So they get used to and they understand that you are a person who would either get me food or give me love and attention or affection, or you're a person who is neutral. You don't eat my food. A lot of people complain that my dogs don't like the maids at home or the household help. They, regardless of how many ever times they come, the dog does bark at them or doesn't like them much. That's because garbage is something that dogs love, because there are things that they want to eat which we do not allow them. It could be fried chicken bones, could be eggshells, could be other things like that, or their treat packets. They still smell of treats. So a dog would want to put his mouth and we put it in the garbage. And most of the time, especially in India, the garbage is cleaned by or thrown out or kept outside by a house help or a maid. And second, all the garbage, if you see the garbage trucks are chased by dogs because a dog feels that they're taking away our food.
Here I have another doubt. Why do dogs like garbage?
Like I said, they have good smell of food there. See, for us, after we ate the burger, we threw the cover, whereas the cover still has the scent. For a dog, he would sit down and tear the cover and probably lick it or even by mistake swallow it, because for him, he doesn't understand.
Food scent.
It is food scent, absolutely food scent. One, so it's food that's going away from him. And secondly, with humans, a lot of times we get complaint that there is this person who's a known friend. He keeps coming home very often. 4 years my dog did nothing, but today he bit him or he chased him or he snarled at him or things. See, a dog identifies a human from the scent that they carry. Not by their name, not by their gender. A lot of times gender does, again, the scent that the gender carries makes a difference. So for them, it is what you have stamped on before you came here, who you met before you came here. That's the first level of your identification.
And your perfume, your deodorant?
Makes no difference for them. So when we are walking on the street, we by mistake step on a dry dog's pee, or it could be dried poop, or it could be food and things like that. So a dog, the moment they come in, they start smelling your shoes first, because that carries more scent than what your hand does. And then they're going to come up and look at your hand. Similarly, why dogs chase vehicles? Because the tires or the wheels of the vehicle carry scents. Whenever you park a vehicle in a place where there are stray dogs, they're going to come and pee on the wheel,
Because it's again marking.
marking that this belongs to me.
Remarking.
Remarking.
So
They're dominant.
There's a thread that I think we passed. That's the maid. So whenever the garbage is taken away by the maid, so the association is formed that, okay,
She's taking away my food, which I wasn't allowed to.
hence the hatred.
Yeah, so it's like somebody's coming and taking away food from me. Similar to another developed countries, will like countries in and around America or Europe, dogs hate the cargo people or people who are the postmen, because they feel that they come fast, they throw something into my territory and they go away.
Oh, smart.
Right, so a lot of confident people, they wait, they go in, they leave the parcel, they walk back confidently. And there we also see that, sir, I went in, I kept the parcel, I took a signature, the dog was fine. I turned my back and my dog attacked or chased me back, right? Because till you were encountering and going into the house, looking at the dog, or the dog is looking at you coming confidently with a parcel, the dog's waiting. And once you delivered it and you're going back, you're still carrying a pen and a paper that had the signature, point number one, and you're showing your back. So the dog feels that you have you have submitted yourself. So you are going away out of my territory, I'll chase you away.
Then how should one go back?
Stop at the entrance, wait for the dog to come, let him smell you over the gate. There's a gate in between the two of you, there's a grill in between the two of you. Let the dog bark for however long, don't look into the eyes, just ignore the dog. The more you ignore, the more behavior they offer. So it's just wait there, allow them to smell you. They can't bite you through the gate or the grill. Until and unless it's a very low grill and the dog can jump across, then it's a danger zone for you. Otherwise, you could wait there and let the dog smell. After the dog finishes smelling, depending on the age and breed and the training, it takes the different time. The dog's going to turn around and walk in. Follow the dog in. Respect that it's a territorial animal. You're entering the territory. Stop believing the owner or the pet parent who's telling, no, tiger won't do anything. Why Simba won't do anything. Right? See, your Leo, Simba, will he do, will he not do, is not judged by the pet parent, because he or she cannot smell what you are carrying, what scent you are carrying. And neither can we. Our olfactory bulbs are not that developed as a dog. And most or maximum number of attacks, untrained attacks for dogs, is because of the hormonal changes that happens in them. It is the hormone that tells them that this is a dominating male entering my property. So stop him. This is a dominating female, stop them. Or fight with them. Or submit to them, allow them. Because you are accepted that they are dominated. They are more dominating than what you are. So these are times when you need to wait for the dog to smell you. Turn around and walk. Follow the dog and go inside.
But here there's a problem which I'm sure you've seen. Lot of humans, firstly, they get scared the minute they see a dog barking.
Fair.
I mean, how do we help them take the next step? Because, it's like catch-22 here. Till the time they are like patient, looking at the dog bark and letting the dog finish, things won't solve. But these guys, the more the dog is barking, they are reading the signals in a different way. They're more scared. So how to fix this?
Like I told in a few minutes ago, about their fears. If they're scared of a dog, let them first understand the dog. Let them learn more about the breeds that they may encounter. Now, see, we're talking about something like an Alaskan Malamute in South India and a part of Bengaluru. It makes very less sense. You would hardly find one. Or an Irish Wolfhound. You would not find any. Right? So the dogs that we find normally, Labrador, German Shepherd, Dobermans, Rottweilers, or Golden Retrievers, Cocker Spaniel, or Indies. Indies. So you understand a little bit more about them. You learn more about your fear. It is important for you to learn about your fear because you're the only one who's suffering with the fear. Neither does it make any difference to the dog, not to your family members who are dog lovers, who are always trying to convince you to get a dog home and you're always saying no for it. So which one among the three fears that you have, how can you overcome that? Working on your fears will help because a dog will bark at you one or the other time. And now the moment a dog realizes, even a friendly dog realizes that you're scared, the dog's still going to bark because the dog also is scared. Before you do something to them, they may attack you because of the fear that you carry. The more confident you are, the easier chance for the dog to submit.
All right. So any tips on working on my confidence level? I mean, they say dogs can read your fear, they can sense it. So is it true?
Very true. See how classically condition yourself like how dogs do with a lot of things I mentioned. If you're scared of dogs, watch more dog related movies. Start from there because the dog's not going to come out of the screen. See documentary on dogs, not on dog bites and attacks. To understand them, their behavior. So once you start seeing them, reading about them, you start knowing them. Then immediately you don't have to buy a dog or adopt one. Get to your friends who have a dog and let the dog be in the pen or in the kennel. It need not be next to you. So if you are comfortable to stay in a friend's place, have a cup of coffee with a dog somewhere around in the house which is not approaching you and you're still comfortable, that's your second step. Now next, get to a step where the dog is around you, like a pet-friendly cafe, a pet-friendly bar. So there are 1 or 2 dogs there and they know they're friendly, that's why they've got them there.
There are like hundreds of doors that suddenly has opened now. I think these are all the problems of pet owners. Now, I would like to address some of the common problems that non-pet owners might face through your street dogs. So there the fear is, very funnily, though I have 4 dogs, this happened day before yesterday. I was walking with a carom board, which is a 4 feet board. So me and my husband, we were walking from the sports shop to the car. It's hardly 200 meters. From nowhere, there came a street dog barking at us, and then though I have 4 pets, and I startled, like I was scared because it continued to follow me, and the more I tried to give it eye contact, things just spiraled. Finally, I went to the car and then I sat down. So this is the story of a pet parent who can accidentally have a situation like this. Now, what I fail to understand, or probably what I'm assuming here, is because there was a huge object that I was carrying, it got insecure or it got scared, thinking that I could be a rack picker or I don't know what, because even rack pickers might have a common, scenario wherein they're also trying to carry. So what happened here, and I'm sure somebody like me must have been going through this even without a carom board. Suddenly a dog is chasing or barking at you. So how should I handle?
Your question had the answer. You're a pet owner. So you are carrying a lot of pet scent with you. I don't know if all your dogs are neutered. That dog would have scented. See, for the dog, who you are makes very less difference. What you smell like is what makes a difference for them. And carrying a carom board from a sports shop or a toy shop would not make a difference to the dog if the dog belongs to that place, because people there have been carrying 1 or 2 every week. It's not that you're the first one who carried something big there. Rack pickers smell different because they're carrying garbage that has got some food scent. You were not carrying garbage. Whereas it was the scent of your dogs that you were walking around with that scared the dog first.
Got it.
So you could have been more confident there because you had a carom board in your hand. Regardless of anything, the dog couldn't approach you physically because there's a board to stop you. In fact, when we are approaching very aggressive dogs, where we don't know, the dog's very inconfident, anxious, and the dog is insecure, so the dog's going to attack us for sure, then we carry a tennis racket with us, not to hit the dog, but the racket with the gut that is tight can stop the dog's mouth. So the dog's going to bite the racket before biting me because we can use that as a protection.
Right?
Or a guard. Similarly, you had a carom board, so it's nothing that would have to stop you. Or we do not know if the carom board had scents of things. Like, for example, there's a truck that unloaded all the carom boards on the floor, and then from the truck to the ground, and then they started moving down all the footballs, which are to the store, and then the tennis rackets. And there, one or the other dog may have peed on that and gone, which you will not be able to know the scent because it's pretty old. And the same scent is that one maybe the one that you're carrying, or the scent on your footwear of your dogs, or on your clothes of your dogs. So that is what triggers the dog.
Wow. Thank you for helping us understand, dissect a scenario. So now keeping the board aside, let's say tomorrow something happens to a person normally walking. So before even we get into possibilities as to why a certain reaction came from the dog, first is how can I be more confident? Because usually in a situation wherein I'm startled, the first thing is my brain stops functioning and I get into fear, or fear is in the driver's seat and now it is driving me. So how do I condition myself better?
Firstly, observation, presence of mind is very important. If me today, a PhD in canine behavior and training, probably the only one in the world as what they say, and from the Global University of Boston, or the only one in India as we all know, if I am riding a bike, a two-wheeler, or walking in an unknown street, I see to it that I have some protection with me in my hand. Could be a bag, not a stone that people carry, that's not going to help you. In fact, something, even my backpack, I would take it off my back and hold it in my hand, that I could stop the dog's mouth from reaching me if there is a dog. Point number one. Second, I would not want to simply go in unknown places without any guard for myself if I'm scared of dogs. Third, even on your two-wheeler, if you see a dog approaching, you very well would know that it may attack or may not attack from your gut, or if you do not, if there is a lot of barking and the dog starts chasing you, the easiest for you would to stop the vehicle and press your horn till the dog goes away, even if it's a pack.
What happens
Because
when you press the horn?
There are ultrasonic hearing abilities for dogs. So your horn is heard by the dog 2,000 times more than what you can hear.
Wow.
One. So they don't know what, they're going to be dumbstruck. They're like a statue that they don't know what's happening. One. Second, they are chasing you because you're moving away. If you have noticed vehicles that a dog is chasing, or a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler that a dog is chasing, you stop the vehicle, the dogs don't know how to react. They will look around like nothing happened. Because they thought I'm chasing and you're going, but now you stopped. And then if you turn off the vehicle, the dogs, if they're dominating dogs, they'll pee on your wheels to tell that this wheel now belongs to me and my territory. You would not see a dog come and bite a person who's sitting on a bike, which is not moving. Very rarely, very, very rarely that can happen. Whereas, see, they're chasing you. So to stop you from, or they'd come and bite you because they're chasing you. Running away from a dog is not something you would do. They have 4 legs, we have 2 legs to run, so they're always faster than us. On the other end, if you know your boundaries, if it's around your house and you know your boundaries, the dog's not going to leave his street and come to your place. He's not a tracker, he's not going to come behind you. You know how far they're going to come. So that's another thing. If you're on your foot, and even if a dog is chasing somebody else, turning on your horn and continuously pressing your horn till the dog stops will immediately stop the dog, because they can't take the noise.
Got it. A sub question here. Firstly, how do I read a dog? Like, I mean, basics, quintessential that a layman should know while on Indian roads, wherein we have our furry friends walking around.
As far as you can ignore the dog, that's the best thing you can do. You don't have to give them so much of attention. The lesser you give attention, the lesser they're going to respond to you. Right? So if you ignore the dog and you're just walking away, like behaving that there's no dog there, regardless of the dog being there. So the dog's like, you're not bothered, I'm not bothered. The moment we start moving a little away, we start getting cautious, the dog gets scared because you're a foreigner in his territory and you're not very confident. So you could do anything to me. That's when a sleeping dog's also lifting his head, looking at you, and slowly starts up and comes approaching you.
Right.
And lot of times people have a misconception that I'm a pet owner. So dog can smell my dog, another dog can smell my dog and understand I'm a pet owner. See, dogs don't understand what's ownership.
What do they understand?
You're true that dog can smell your dog, but that doesn't mean, and that never means that the dog's going to be happy that you smell of a dog. Because it's not even in the dog's hand or the head. It is the hormones that react in their brain. When they smell your dog, the dog's saliva, it's your dog's urine, it's your dog's poop, what it's going to smell in you, and what hormones are going to be developed in their brain, which is secreted, and what is it going to give them, anger, happiness. A lot of things do matter there. And every holding of an object or a human by a dog with their mouth is not a bite.
Explain.
For every dog, I put it in the other way around, easy to explain. For a dog, a human's hand, palm, is their mouth. Is a human's mouth. That's what a dog thinks. So every dog, why does a dog think that way? What do we do with a dog? We pet the dog. The dog doesn't pet us. The dog licks us. We throw the ball from our palm. The dog goes in fist or palm. The dog goes and brings it back in the mouth. We scratch your dog. Your dog bites themselves back when it's itching, whereas we are scratching them. So they're using their mouth. We are using our hand. We give food in the hand. They eat food in the mouth. Everything that they do with their mouth, a human does with their hand.
Right.
So for them, a human's hand is a human's mouth. That's why they smell your hand the moment you come from wherever.
Also, why do dogs smell each other's bum?
Between their urinary opening or their anus, where they pass motion and pass their urine, between the two there are glands that secrete scent. That gives an identification of this dog is dominating, not dominating, friendly, not friendly. There are scents secreted there.
Wow.
That's why they smell each other there. Now, when a dog is smelling another dog and identifying something, they both are doing the same. Both are smelling each other's backside. So the intervention of a pet parent here, Chi, no, come back, pulling the dog, there is some secretion happening in the dog's head, where they're smelling the secretion, understanding the other dog, maybe friendly, maybe not. Now, either the dog is feeling very confident or the dog is feeling very inconfident. One of the two. Now, if the dog is feeling confident and you pull your dog back, how did you pull the dog?
With the leash in the neck thing.
How did you catch hold of the leash? With what? With your hand.
And yeah.
So if the dog wants you to leave it and let me smell, how is it going to do it? He has to use his mouth. You used your mouth according to the dog. So the dog used his mouth according to him. Now you can pull me holding the collar. You can pull me holding my whatever, skin, my tail, my ear. But why can't I do it? If I do it, it's a bite. If you do it, it is petting. When you are putting pressure physically, the dog would also put pressure physically. Whereas as intelligent human beings, it is very simple for you to step 2 steps backward. Put your hand into your pocket or a treat glove, because you come out with your dog, you should be carrying a treat or a toy. That's the high value treat for a dog. Could be a toy, could be the tug.
Mandate.
It's always better, your dog's under control, easily under control, than a leash. Wear a leash, put a leash, it's important. But then, rather than pulling your dog on a leash and he's turning around and growling or biting you or attacking you because of his hormonal imbalance in the head, it's better call him, show him a treat, ask him to sit down, give a treat, and that dog leaves and you leave. It makes so much more sense, because you know if you call with a treat in hand, your dog's going to come to you.
No wonder. I think you only mentioned this somewhere. If the dog is not behaving, I don't blame the dog, I blame the owner. I mean,
absolutely.
It's
because there's a lack of understanding there. Now, for example, even easier thing, if a dog runs away and you're calling your dog, you have firstly not taught your dog what come is. Come is a command where the dog should approach you. Correct? When you asked me to come inside, you wanted me to come inside. Now imagine all your life you said come inside and went to the door. The next time I came, I would wait at the door if you're telling come, because every time you have come to the door. I'll make it simple. You adopted a puppy. You saw a cute little puppy on the ground, tiny one. You're like, come here, darling. You went and picked up the pup.
so
The first time, there is no confusion. It is clarity that come means you will come.
For the dog, it is very
Yeah,
clear.
the dog doesn't know English.
And then,
Dog doesn't know English.
Oh yeah?
Obviously, how will it know English?
They only understand these sounds and
No,
make...
they understand the word come, which means the owner is coming, or the pet parent is coming, or the person is coming.
So they don't understand the language, they associate the action with the sound.
Absolutely.
Sounds like
Absolutely.
word. Okay.
And then we have a few of my clients, no, my dog understands, you don't know. See, for example, come here. Now your hand went, it came back. So the last time you gave him a treat here, so the dog's going to come. Or when you look at your dog's eyes and like, come here, I didn't do this for you. If I did this to continue eye contact, you're going to come down and look at me. How will you maintain eye contact if I do it? Come here. Your eyes has to come here. From where you're sitting, right? So similarly, for a dog, every time any pet parent across the globe is told come, they go to the dog. Why I said any is some few of our viewers may like, no, we haven't done that. You're negligible. So, like, come, we'll go for a walk. You go and put a collar. Come, I'll give you food. You go and give food. And you have told every time there is come, I am coming. So now your dog, say Simba, is running. You're like, Simba, the dog, in case it turns around, you're like, come, and you run behind the dog. So whatever you taught, that come means I will come. And now comes a problem in public. Your dog is running out. You're telling, come. The dog is not coming because for the dog, you're telling, I'm coming. For you, you're expecting the dog to come. Now, why would a dog come if you're coming? Until it's a fancy romantic song where the hero and a heroine both are running towards each other with open arms. So the dog is running in one way and you're running behind the dog. Every time you run behind the dog, you're telling the dog that I am joining you in the hunt. Whether the dog is following a scent, whether the dog's following another human being, a dog's following a vehicle, dog's following a child. When you run behind the dog, you tell the dog that we as a pack are going for the hunt. Now a dog would have just gone and peed on a vehicle is now going to chase the vehicle in a traffic road and meet with an accident. Because you're running behind the dog.
It's thinking now, we're all
When do you see 2-3 dogs running behind each other? When they're approaching a prey. It's a hunting instinct. And now let's say you say come and the dog doesn't come and your neighbors, your friends or in the dog park people are seeing. You continue telling come, your dog didn't come. By chance you're chasing the dog and you caught hold of the dog. First thing you would give is a whack. Because knowingly, unknowingly you felt disrespected by your own dog who didn't obey you. People are seeing, they're panicking, my dog is not obeying me, you're my dog, I gave you food, I gave you shelter. I adopted you from the streets. I did so many things and you didn't come. So what did the dog learn? In come command. My owner or my pet parent or any other human being, whenever they tell come, I am supposed to run. By chance, if they get a chance to meet me, if I run slow, then they're going to whack me. So pretty obvious that you'll never get your dog back when it runs.
Oh. There's a huge fundamental problem in programming humans, I guess, in understanding how to be around a dog. Why is there a gap here? Because of
lack of knowledge, lack of information.
And also lack of effort, probably, to an extent, from people.
No, they feel comfortable believing that what they believe is right.
Is there a course for all the paw parents? Like a starter kind of a thing, like 10-15 things that they should learn so that, they train their own
There's
dogs
no
better.
professional course as of now, but we do conduct consultations for pet parents before being one.
Oh.
And this is called Know Your Pup. A lot of people do register with us. Where
What
we
happens
have
there?
It's an online session thanks to COVID, where people from across the globe, they register with us for Know Your Pup to understand a dog or a pet before they get one.
What all happens there? Like, how big is the session?
It's a 45-minute session where I would request all the people in their pack for me or in their family for them to be along
Oh.
in the session, where I want them to let me know what their regular routines are so that I can suggest them the best breed, we don't sell dogs, that they can physically, socially afford. Financially, affordability is the only thing that people look at. But what you need to look at basically is your physical and social affordability. Now, so we live in a small house, a small apartment or a single bedroom house. We'll go for a Beagle. Beagle would be the worst breed a small house could ever want.
Why?
Especially if you have dogs around.
Because it's
Beagles fall under the hound group. From wolf, it was developed into groups where you have working dogs, terrier dogs, utility breeds, non-utility breeds, pastoral breeds or herding breeds, and then the gun dogs. So beagles fall under the hound group, that is the hunting dogs. Doesn't mean, now the moment we hear hunting, oh no, my beagle is a friendly pup, you are calling it hunting, you don't know anything. Hunting does not mean hunt and eat. Hunting means that every dog comes with 3 different drives. One is a play drive or a game drive, we call it as game drive. Prey, P-R-E-Y, prey drive. And the last one is called the hunt drive. Now hunting dogs, the Mudols, the Greyhounds, the Rajapalyams, the Whippet, the Bloodhound, the beagles, they all are hound groups. These dogs are developed because their hunting abilities are high, as in they follow the hunt drive more. Their high drives more. So, in terms of, you see greyhound racing, you could today use the web and look at greyhound racing. Greyhounds are not trained to run the track. 10 meters ahead of a greyhound, there is a dead rabbit tied that goes across the, or a meat or a bite that is tied. So these greyhounds are chasing that. The moment that stops, the greyhound stops running.
The race.
Yeah, the race. So there is one thing that's moving across the racetrack, and the dogs are following that. They are not trained to follow. They follow. So if you remove that, the dog stops running. So you can't train them. Similarly, when they mentioned that we would use such hounds in the armed forces, where I did mention at the BBC News itself, at the Hindi BBC News, that Mudol may not be a good fit. After 2 years, they came up, BSF gave a report that Mudols are not a good fit. It's not that Mudols can't sniff. The work that you're using a Mudol hound is for sniffing in the military work, where using their nose. Can they? They can. On the contrary, Mudol is a sight hound.
What is a sight hound?
It is a hound Mudol is the only breed across the globe whose eyes rotates to 40 degrees.
And
they
what
are
happens
slim.
when they do that?
They
We
are,
do 180, right?
Yeah, even less than that. So,
Okay.
for a Mudol, he can see his prey. Prey is something that is moving fast. So for a Mudol, anything that's moving fast, he needs to capture. That is the highest drive in that breed, like 80%. And then you have 10% of them using their nose, that is the hunt drive. And 10% of a game drive. What is a game? Game is something that you play with another person. So 10% is where a Mudol would want to involve the handler. The handler and dog attachment in a Mudol would be 10%.
Okay.
Whereas compared to a Labrador, it's 40% where it's dependent on the handler. Game drive. So these dogs love to be with the handler. Do they have scent? Yes, they have 30% of scenting. That is their hunt drive, using the nose and finding. And 30% of capturing something moving fast. So the Labradors fall under the gun dog group, where you shoot a bird, or the utility group, the dog's going to go retrieve it back to you. He's not going to sit there and eat like a Mudol or a greyhound. It's not right or possible to, it's not impossible, it's not right for you to train a Mudol to retrieve. They're not retrievers. They would go capture something moving fast, sit down and eat it. Whereas a Labrador is something that's going to retrieve a fish from the pond, from the river, retrieve a bird that's shot, bring it back to you, and be happy when giving it back to you as well, knowing that it's a food for them.
Yeah.
So the ability of the dog to love the handler or another person, the trainer, is much higher there compared to capturing something moving fast.
Which is in the case of Mudol.
Hound groups. Now beagles are hound dogs. So you have 4 beagles, keep them in a farm to capture smaller animals. Could be your rodents, could be your rats, could be things like that you want to guard them from. So they'll all go and kill it. It could be things that's harming your farm and things like that. They are a good hound group dog. Beagles are named out of the musical instrument bugle. So beagles don't do bow bow. They're like bow.
Wow.
Now physical physical affordability. You can go for a beagle, provided you're a person who does your every day 10-kilometer running, or you have a 25-kilometer cycling. Please go for a beagle. That's the best companion you would get. That it's going to run 10 kilometers every day with you. He's going to be a comfortable dog at home because his exercise, physical requirement, you can afford it physically. What is social affordability? If I have other dogs around in my area, in my locality, suburb, and they're quiet by themselves, me adding a beagle to my house, after a year old, he's going to howl or bark like a bugle. So bow is going to make all the other dogs start howling. Because for German Shepherd or a Labrador or a Rottweiler, howling is not barking. Now they don't know this is a beagle who's barking like bow.
So beagle's howl is a bark.
Yeah.
Versus a normal dog's bark.
No, so when beagles, socially, when I have 10 dogs around, 4 dogs around, 3 dogs around, not in my house, 4th house from my place, 3rd house from my place, 3 lanes away, there's 2 dogs. than me getting a beagle which is going to bow, and all the other 4-5 dogs who are quiet all these years are going to continue bow. It's going to disturb the whole locality. So socially, I can't afford a beagle.
Adding to this, this bow, both my indies do. And I've seen that retrievers don't. Though I have 2 retrievers and 2. These 2 will join in and then the chorus starts. But these 2 are only barking continuously. My question is, indies howling is also to be considered as a bark?
No, indies are howling to communicate. Your
What?
indies do bark as well.
Right.
Right. So that is howling. That is not barking. That is to communicate with other dogs where ultrasonically 3, 5, 10 kilometers away from here, there's another beagle or some other dog who's howling or another indie howling. So these dogs are communicating with them that we are available here.
Oh, that's why.
If you're a female, I'm a male available for mating. If you're a male, I'm a male here, so don't come.
Crazy. So these howls are signals. They're talking to each
Communication.
other. Communication.
Absolute communication.
And why is that they don't bark at times? Because it can't be heard? Further away?
Barking is a completely different thing. It's like you're feeling comfortable and you're singing. Or you're feeling comfortable and you're talking. Singing and talking are 2 different things for humans. Similarly, howling and barking is different. Your indie would not howl if somebody enters the house. They would normally prefer howling when it's silent. So it's in the night times when they can hear another dog howl from a distance, which we may not be hearing. So they howl for the same.
So to simplify this, when a dog is howling, it is communicating with another dog somewhere.
True.
It is howling.
True.
When it is barking, it is trying to communicate something to the owner.
To the owner or to the other pack
To the other
members or
person.
to the person in front not to enter.
That's a really
Or if
bark and howl.
or if your dog is barking at you in the kitchen, then he's asking for food, because knowingly, unknowingly, every time he barked, you're like, "What? You're feeling hungry? I'll give you food. Keep quiet. I'll give you food." Or you're on a phone call and your dog starts barking. So to keep him quiet, you throw a chew stick. So the dog's like, "Okay." So
Association.
every time I need a chew stick, I need to bark. That's what they've taught.
Oh ho. Now that we've anyway started the conversation entering the road, can I throw a few dog breed names at you, and can you
Please.
please help us understand
Please do.
how people should choose their dog? I think off
Can
late-
can I request you? We'll start with the Indies.
Yes, please.
The Indian mongrel as we know it in the actual canine language. See, if you are a first time pet owner and you want to go for an Indian indie dog or an Indian mongrel or a stray as what they also call, then please pick up one from the litter. So get to your NGOs where there is a litter of puppies, puppies with the mother till they're 65, 70 days,
Oh.
and then pick up a puppy from there, being your first dog, and let it must and should be a female. If it's a male, get him neutered and then pick him up.
Why do you advise female indie first?
Any dog female, if it's a
Why?
domestic purpose,
Why?
because you're buying, it depends on the reason. You're buying a dog to be a pet who's going to take care of the pack, then it's a female. If you want your dog to guard your territory, your house, your backyard, then a male, because male dogs are territorial oriented dogs, female dogs are pack oriented dogs.
Can you explain this?
If
Territorial, I understood.
pack oriented is, if you have, I'll give you, there's a German Shepherd male, there's a German Shepherd female, both in your house. Or there are 2 houses, one with a German Shepherd male, one with a German Shepherd female. Now, if you need to steal a German Shepherd male's house, all you need to do is bring in a house with a German Shepherd male who's more aggressive, who's more territorial, bigger built. You open the gate and let another dog out, he's going to chase the dog.
Yes.
And then you go in and steal the house.
Mm.
Close the gate, he's going to come back. If he does, he's going to stay outside the gate, he can't come in.
Right.
Whereas if you have a female dog, thief may come and steal your pots in the garden or something from your car, but the dog is not going to leave the family and go too far away. You open the gate, put 100 dogs outside, your female dog will stand inside the door and bark, gate and bark. Or if she has to, she'll take 10 to 12 steps away from your house, but come back immediately to the family. Because they're pack oriented. Why is it? For male dogs, it is testosterone, a competitive hormone that tells us you or me.
Here it is.
It is oxytocin, also called syntocinon, which is the same hormone my mother used to. Every time I cried as a child, the lactation in my mother started because of the same hormone in every human mother as well. Feeding mother, it is oxytocin or syntocinon, which helps in a mother to feed. So lactation starts from that. So for a female dog, the pet parents or the pack are the kids, are the children. They don't compete. Your kids are her kids. You're her kid after they mature. After the 24 months, you're as good as a kid for them. Your voice immediately secretes that hormone that tells that they're mine. Whereas for a male dog, it's more important that the territory is taken care of. So you tie a male dog, another male dog or a female dog near the gate, your dog is there only concentrating on that dog. He shouldn't enter. Whereas what happens with you inside may not make sense for the dog. Till he is trained well to come inside and attack a person inside and all those things. Whereas if it's a female dog, especially on heat, and your male dog's there, then he's not going to come inside and bother about you.
Mm-hmm.
So for personal protection, it's always better you go for a male neutered dog, or even better if it's a female dog.
What happens when we neuter? The behavioral change?
For a male, hormones hijack dogs' intelligence.
Oh.
Hormones hijack dogs' intelligence, and hormones hijack dogs' trainability, in other words. So a dog in the airport, a male dog in the airport, by the customs or by the forces, is finding drugs day in and day out, finding illegal currency, finding bombs, may fail in a competition drastically. Reason being, in that airport, he is the only dog. He is not getting any other dog sent to fight with. Dogs are not allowed inside the airport, other than the cargo division where another dog's traveling, not in the passenger part. Whereas when he's come into a competition, there are female dogs, there are male dogs, there is so much of scent. So his great ability that a dog has found thousands of kilos of narcotics or drugs, today didn't find a gram. He utterly failed. It's not the dog's mistake. It's just that his hormones hijacked his intelligence. So when you neuter them, what is neuter? It's neutralize, sterilize.
So I'm assuming that all the dogs at the airport are
No. All the dogs in the airport work without being neutered, but their performance in a competition may not be as good as this, because they don't have to neuter the dog. There's no other dog in the airport to disturb this one. Right? Similarly, for our Karnataka Forest Department, tracker dog unit, where I'm the master trainer, since I was given the privilege to decide the breed and the gender, we have all 12 Belgian Malinois. Karnataka being a very rich forest area, we've had the maximum number of elephants in the country. So we have 15-20 years ago, like Bandipur, where our training center is, we were left with 70 odd tigers, and today we have 900 plus tigers. So as when the tiger reserve projects and things started, so we have 5 tiger reserves in our state. That's the Bhadra, Kali, Biligiri Ranga, Bandipura and Nagarhole. So 2 forest department tracker dogs for each tiger reserve is what we started the pilot project with. We selected all dogs to be females, because when they're tracking, it could be a sandalwood cut in the forest and carried away. It could be the skin of a dead animal that they've carried away. We don't want the hormone to distract the track of the dog. And the dog's going for 2 kilometers where people moved it in a vehicle or moved it on the ground or carried it on their back or however. And the dog is following the scent. Suddenly for a male dog, another dog's pee, another dog's poop, another cat's pee or poop should not distract them. For a female dog, it makes very less difference other than the days that they are on their heat. And female dogs get on their heat normally once in a year. Few times twice in a year if it's in the first few months. And when they get on their heat, they automatically have a pad by name their tail. So the tail is tucked in. They do not allow spotting happening until and unless they sit down somewhere and they lick their tail and clean it up. So people with a misconception that female dogs get on their menstrual cycle every month, they get once in a year or maybe twice in a year, a couple of times in their lifetime. They see to it that there is no blood spot anywhere in the house. Most of it goes in the urine, or they lick it and clean it themselves.
Exactly. I've
because
seen this at my home.
They're insecure.
Oh, that's why they do that?
Yes, they're insecure. If a woman who get on their menstrual cycle every month is a little insecure during those days, She doesn't want to do, she may go for trekking like today's world. That's a different thing. But insecure is an emotion. You don't want to do things that you're not very comfortable doing, things like that. So a female is insecure because till the date, her estrous cycle, till the day her ovulation happens. So other dogs want to mate and she's not yet ready for it. So she's insecure that some other dog will come and mate me. Right? So similarly, for those days are when you would find spotting only if the dog sat on a mat, a cloth, a carpet that she can't wash.
Right.
If it's the floor, they track back, clean it and go.
Correct. Very curious here. Who has programmed this? I've seen all my female dogs, like they do that themselves. I try to put the diaper and this thing.
You shouldn't.
They basically start tearing it or eating it or something like that. So I stopped. It was a futile attempt the first time, obviously. Later, another personal experiences, I saw my retriever. She delivered all her 11 puppies herself, ate the placenta, licked the puppy, and the one normally, like after it was delivered, it came towards the mother's milk zone, and then everything naturally happened. So obviously you're so used to this, you've understood the psychology and how the nature works here, but how do they do this? Who
It is only the placenta that is high protein diet for the mother to deliver the next puppy. Unlike humans where there could be 1 or 2, maximum 3, there could be rare cases that somebody is delivered 4, 5, 10, I don't know what in the news, one in a world. But normally human children are 1 or max 2 as twins or triplets. Here there are 6, 10, 11 like you said. It's not a Great Dane Mastiff with a huge abdomen to have 11 puppies, a retriever having 11 puppies. So she needs energy after the second and third to push the puppies out.
So that is coming from the placenta.
Yes, that energy, because they stop eating a day or few hours before they start delivering. That's why we see to it that we have high protein diet, giving them boiled eggs, chicken during their delivery time so that they're more comfortable doing the whelping.
That's called whelping?
That's called whelping. So she has to deliver, clean the puppy, cut the umbilical cord the right way, pull the puppy towards herself and put them where they have to suckle for milk, and then they start doing it. See, even there, the nose of a puppy, which is a couple of minutes old, is working so well that they go and suckle on the mother. Mammary gland are not on the feet, not on the face, not at the tail. And their eyes and ears are closed for almost 11 days. That's how sensitive their nose is. The milk smell makes them get there. That's why we say that dogs see from their nose. In not literal language, as in they smell you and that's how they identify you. They don't see you and identify you. There are a lot of times when people, they wear a different disguise and come there and the dog starts barking because of the smell of a new disguise. But the moment they smell the person and they know it's him, they start wagging tail. So they see you from the nose. So they read you, they love you from the smell that you carry, the scent that you carry.
I hope these are some tidbits for us to relook into how we are parenting and what kind of tools are we using. So today we see a lot of Shih Tzus. That's my next question, Are Shih Tzus a good apartment or a independent house or a row house breed?
If it's a well-bred Shih Tzu, again, what do I mean by Shih Tzu? It's a lion dog. They're very confident dogs. They are not scared dogs. Whereas on the contrary, in India, we had a breed called the Lhasa Apsos, who were a little biting dogs. Now, when Shih Tzus came in 2 decades ago to India as a new breed, they were priced extremely high, like 50,000 rupees a pup, whereas a Lhasa Apso was 5,000 rupees a pup. And then the breeders, lack of knowledge and education, thought breeding a male Shih Tzu with a female Lhasa Apso or a terrier Lhasa Apso would be selling a puppy at 25, 30, 40,000 rupees, which is
lower the price.
Right.
And increase the demand and the supply. Okay.
So what happened there is you started getting aggressive Shih Tzus, which is not a Shih Tzu. Shih Tzu is a confident dog, lion by heart,
So
not by looks.
how do I identify what are the characteristics of a confident Shih Tzu and the one which has been bred this way?
Meet the parents if possible, which is extremely difficult. They'll only show you pictures. So if you start getting to a level that I will only pick it up from a person who actually owns the father and mother, I'll meet the parents and then pick up the puppy. Be confident, tell him, I will first give you all the money that you ask for. For example, you are asking me 20,000 rupees for a Shih Tzu, whereas today they are available for 6, 8, 10,000 rupees. So I say 10,000 rupees I'll pay you for a Shih Tzu, right? But I'll pick up the puppy after I meet the actual mother and the father. Yes, I know, understand. A Shih Tzu after littering would look in a very bad shape, no hair, their mammary glands are bigger than the dog, and they're lying on the floor, and they look very sad and bad. Whatever. Let me meet her and see how confident she is. No, madam, she's very, very aggressive, very aggressive. No, she'll bite. Then I rather not pick up the puppy.
Mm-hmm.
It is you pet parents or pet buyers who should create the want, and then the breeders are forced to get there.
Again, like democracy, somebody gives in, now the culture continues to be what it is. Everybody gives in, I think. The desperation with which somebody would want it at a better price, or it could be, who's going to give in so much of thought and who's going to spend so much time, so is resulting
Perfect.
in malpractices.
You have two choices. One, look out for the best Shih Tzu. Take 3 months in searching.
By one of the practices?
Wait,
Asking.
search, look at the father, meet the mother, then pay him for the puppy, pay him extra boarding for the puppy to live with the mother for another 30 days. Then pick up the puppy after it's 60 days. You're going to wait for 3 months, spend another 5, 10, 15,000 rupees today, and get a good, well-bred, healthy Shih Tzu. Then you don't have to pay a person like me 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh for 5 months, 6 months, 10 months of boarding and training after getting several bites. So what do you prefer? Patience, consistency, persistence. If you bring it in, you don't need a trainer to train your dog. Your dog would learn from you. It's only if you're impatient, if you're not confident, your dog's going to follow the same.
So here, is there a way in India today wherein I can buy the right dog, the right breeders? Is there an association? Is there a way? Because most of them, word of mouth, they'll contact breeders. Or online, I don't know what's the scene today. I'm sure there are a lot of Google ratings and everything. There is again a system running there. So what do you suggest? Where does one start looking for ethical?
You have your kennel club where puppies are registered. Talk to the we have the Bangalore Canine Club. We have earlier it was when Karnataka was called the Mysore, age-old days. We had something called the Mysore Kennel Club that later became Silicon City Kennel Club. So you have the kennel club, they are the president, they have the secretary, they have the people who are running. They've been in the breeding show for ages. They have little more knowledge than others. Talk to them, discuss with them. Rather than going and asking an animal doctor or a veterinary doctor. Veterinary doctor is when you need to get to them. You will get to them for your vaccinations. You'll get to them when your dog is unwell. There could be veterinary doctors who were or are breeders. That could probably be a little bit more of help. They could be kennel club associated veterinary doctors who would know a little more about the breed. Take a stand, wait patiently, look for the right thing. Can I have a Shih Tzu? First, male or female? Second, Shih Tzu female is a wonderful pet if you want to keep them in an apartment or a row house like you mentioned. Male dog if you want to neuter and keep them, if it's a well-bred Shih Tzu. A big eye-opener for pet parents or for people who want to own pets. If you have an allergy to dog hair, or if you have asthma, wheezing related concerns, then don't go for a furry dog. Go for a hairy dog. What is the difference? Your boxer, Beagle, Doberman, Dachshund, all Indies, most of the Indies, they're all furry dogs. They have tiny fur on them that falls 365 days. They are as small enough and easy to get into your system, to your lungs, to your chest, to your heart, to any part of your body and cause damage. Since they're fur, they are small, they're tiny, they fall easily. Whereas hairy dogs,
Retriever.
You would hardly or never find a retriever or a German shepherd's hair in somebody's stomach or lungs. It's so long. How would it even go in?
Oh. So
Because they are long and their hair, their roots are strong. It's just like a coconut tree leaf. They only fall if required once in a year or when you groom them. So if you have problems with hair, go for a hairy dog.
not
And
the
here
fun.
the intelligence of a human comes in, get them groomed.
I'm sure a lot of them are watching now who might have furry friends. So anything that they should be doing, regular checkups, any medication for
Groom
that.
them with a metal brush particularly because you don't want static for hair to fall even more. Give them high omega-3 fatty acids or oil in their food that helps them to give a stronger, healthier root, whatever they have, to make it more stronger. Metal brush, take them out for walks, groom them properly in a park and bring them back. Groom them up and down both sides as a reverse first and then the normal way, like how you have your carpets. When you sit on a sofa or a carpet and you move it, the first stance, and then you put it to sleep, sort of it, right? Similarly for the dog, so that the dead hair falls out twice a day and you don't have it falling as much as otherwise inside the
Rest of
house.
day. Mm.
Second, give them enough oil in their food. So you can see their lustrous coat not by a shampoo,
Can you
not by
explain?
a syrup. See, shampoos and soaps basically are used to take away the oil from the scalp.
What are you saying? But most of them advocate shiny, the syrups, and then there are shampoos and all of that.
Syrups are the right way to do it, because if you're not, see, a dog is a carnivorous animal. It's as clear as that. You open their mouth, you don't see the same set of tooth, even one tooth that resembles that of a cow or a sheep, to have vegetables, rice. It's just plant products. So dog is a carnivorous. God has given them teeth to tear and eat meat. Meat comes with a lot of oil.
Mm.
So when you fail to give that, then you give them kibbles made from any company for that matter. That is a commercial food. And a lot of people tell us commercial food is 1,000 rupees a kilo. Whereas on the pouch we saw a piece of pumpkin, some grapes, some one glass of milk, and an egg. So all that put together I got for 80 rupees. Why should I feed 1,000 rupees for the dog? This example that people give me, that I saw rice and vegetables or milk and vegetable on the bag of the food, the dog food, and I started giving milk and vegetable at home. It is just like if I have less of hemoglobin in me, iron in me, asking me to bite my key every day, my car key, sit down in the car, every signal you stop, you start chewing your car key. You'll get iron. Will we get iron? It's made of iron. We don't, right? We have an iron syrup. Because an iron syrup, piece of iron nail could cost you ₹1 or 2, whereas a syrup bottle of iron will cost you 100, 200, 500 rupees, because it's made palatable and absorbable to our kidney, liver's intestine, and give hemoglobin to the blood. Similarly, that vegetable or milk and the egg and whatever is shown on the food bag has to be processed. It's called processed food. Processed for a dog to digest it and get the nutrition.
Mm.
I saw carrot on the pouch. I gave carrot to the dog. You'll get grated carrot in the dog's motion. The
So
poop
are you
is
saying the kibbles, it has a different mechanism through which the dogs can
absolutely
absorb compared to us directly feeding carrot or even the rice and all of that?
100%. 100%. The dog cannot have rice. The dog cannot digest rice, carrot, beetroot, pumpkin, orange, banana. That is the reason there is processed food. Or else you'll give the dog, simple, ask your dog, keep a piece of chicken, keep your carrot pudding, carrot halwa in Indian language, gajar ka halwa, and then see what your dog prefers eating. It's as simple as that.
But there are a lot of pet parents feeding their dogs boiled chicken, rice, and vegetables at home. So are they all doing a mistake, or is it like a?
See, they have to prefer two things. Now I have selection of the dog. First, do I need a dog? Like I said, know your pup consultation. Lot of people after the consultation end up with an aquarium. Lot of people end up with a cat. Lot of people end up with a cactus plant at home.
Thinking, this is what I can maintain, and probably a dog is not for me.
Yes, not for me now.
Mm.
Maybe tomorrow you get the time and energy for that.
Amazing. You know, every crossroad that we take, it's a deep ocean with the kind of experience and the learnings that you have to offer. Now, bringing back the conversation back to our audience perspective, wherein they would want some choices to be made in terms of what breed to have. You spoke about the three categories, right? Today, keeping all of the factors in mind, can you generalize it and say, for guarding purpose, these are the breeds that I
Let's
would like
consider
to.
this way. If it's
Yeah.
a small breed that you want, small, medium, large breed,
Hmm.
in small breeds, you want a dog to guard your house. It's a small house. You want a small breed, first time pet owner, you want your dog to guard your house, inside or outside. Then you could probably go for a dachshund if you want a companion and a guard.
Hmm.
Female. Male, if you're not going to let your dog inside. Now, my dog is a kennel. He's got a big place to run around the house, but we will not allow him inside the house. Then you can go for a male dog
Hmm.
in dachshund.
Hmm.
If you're going to have the dog inside the house, play around everywhere, go for a female dog. But don't be under consideration female dog going to bleed your house and all that. For a small breed, it's hardly 10 ml or something, and 5-6 goes away in the urine. Few are the spots that they're going to clean off once in a year, hardly any concern. But they're going to take care of your house great, right? You know,
Smell.
there's no smell.
Yeah, I can vouch for it because I have two female dogs.
Male dogs smell even worse because they have erections, they have hormonal differences. They're going to hold your leg and hand and start humping. They're going to hold your sofas and start doing their humping postures, mounting postures. There are times that they're holding your leg, they may even ejaculate. So there is a lot more dirt and smell with a male than female.
Exactly.
But
So it's all
not
about the
neuter.
mindset, right?
Yes. Neuter both is good for you. So dachshunds, because the cost is less, maintenance less, not very difficult. You don't have to use a walker. Anybody can walk it. A 8-year-old boy or a girl can walk a dachshund. You can't pull and put you down. Small dog and hardly some walking required. But do not go for a dachshund if you have staircase that has mandate for your dog to climb. As they grow, they are long. Dachshund. Hound is a dog in Germany and dash is a dash. So they keep touching their stomach every time they're coming up the stairs and coming down. They hit their stomach. It could be difficult. It's not that they can't, but it's difficult for them to walk around up and down. So if you have a house in the first floor and your dog has to come up and down always, then preferably don't go for a dachshund. So
Amazing.
this is furry dog. We don't want hair. We don't want long hair and no trimming required. If it's furry dog, hairy dogs, then Shih Tzu is a good bet
Hmm.
with good, well-bred Shih Tzu. Or you can have Maltese. They're a good breed. We are only talking about breeds, right? Like you rightly said. Indie, like I told you, go for any Indie and get them neutered. It's a lovely pet. Now, in small breeds, both are not very expensive. Don't go for funny breeds like terriers. You have a Jack Russell Terrier. Terriers are breeds or a group that was evolved for digging purpose.
Oh. Why did you
So-
call them funny? Because of this?
Yeah, because you see a terrier, he's always scratching. So you can't afford a terrier and tell my garden is being spoiled. You want the terrier or you want your garden? Only one will be there. You can't have both. You have a carpeted floor and you leave a terrier, he's going to remove the carpet in no time. These breeds were evolved to pull out animals, smaller animals inside the ground, or to pull out and find out roots and shoots inside the ground. So they have a stronger tail, always white, which is on the top. So you can, if the dog, if it goes down inside a rabbit's burrow to pull a rabbit, and he's not able to come out, you can hold his tail and pull him out. He's got a stronger tail. In terriers, Jack Russell Terrier and other terriers. So because they're small, they're colorful, they look nice, don't go for them because they're not dogs who are meant to be in a house sitting on a couch and things. They're going to tear your couch also, scratching with the smell and stuff. So beagles though always a no until and unless you have a big plot, enough place for your dog to run around, or you're an athlete yourself. No sir, I already have a beagle, neither am an athlete. So what do? Treadmill train your dog. It's not overnight, it takes almost 20-25 days to your dog to get to do a treadmill for 5 minutes.
How do they train? Because the sound and the movement is something that the dog gets scared initially.
Slowly you'll
always.
have to, there is, it takes a lot of time, but I can give a little bit of heads. But giving you inputs on training, they'll start doing it tomorrow morning and the dog will get even more scared. First, turn it off, get your dog to eat near the treadmill. So your food is always near the treadmill and then it's on the treadmill. Till now the plug is also not plugged in.
Oh, okay.
So the next time dog needs food, especially a beagle, he's going to go to the treadmill. And then it's only plugged in, not turned on. The switch is not pressed on. And then it's turned on. You don't know, but there is some electricity that's passing through the treadmill. It's not switched on. Right? And then you turn it on, key, some noise is going to come. Your treadmill's not moving as yet. Only the light and the 00 number and things like that displays there. That for another few days. And then it turns on at 1 kilometer per hour. Every step your dog is taking, no collar. It's a harness. Harness is manufactured for animals to teach them to pull. So the dog's wearing a harness, somebody is holding, so dog's trying to pull and move ahead. So a person in front of the treadmill, there's one behind the treadmill holding the dog on the harness, one in front of the treadmill giving him one kibble every step. So your 100 grams of commercial food or your 200 grams of chicken, what your beagle can afford, will go with 50, 100 steps. So every step it takes, a kibble, a step, a kibble, a step, a kibble, a step. So they forget that they are walking on a treadmill and they're concentrating on the food because they're food-driven dogs.
Harness is the body
belt.
Okay.
That's used to teach a dog to pull. People think we put the dog, we can control the dog. It's not to control. It's for start with sledging dogs to pull the sledges, that's your huskies in the snow, or horses to pull chariots and carts. That's why it's used. It's used to pull, not to pull. But we saw police dog wearing it. Yes. Police dog undergoes discipline with a collar. And when we tell a police dog or a service dog that now you have to lead us, pull us and go and show where the criminal is hiding, that's when the body belt comes into, because they're going to pull us and go. And people think police dog is wearing a harness, so I'll put a harness, my dog will come under control. It's just like wearing khaki will not make you a police, right? So
I think a lot of us have bought the body belts because there is a assumption that if the belt is in the neck, it is more painful, at least in the body. Even if you're pulling, it's not hurting them.
If you don't want to hurt the dog and you want the dog to pull, then harness is the right thing. You can't control the dog putting a harness. You're doing opposite things. One, you're helping the dog to pull and expecting the dog not to pull. And more easier is to train the dog to follow you. You don't need a harness, you don't need a collar. You need to train. Or learn training, train your dog.
Got it. So the treadmill thing is, this is how you...
Yes, and slowly that happens, then it's 30 seconds. Every day you add on 30 seconds. Till you reach 20 minutes. Once it reaches 20 minutes, then it is going, that's another 40 days from now. And then it's going to be, add 1 minute every day. From 1 kilometer per hour to 2 kilometer, then 3 and 4 and stop at 4. So in a span of 2 months, you get your dog of any age, any breed to walk on a treadmill at 3 or 4 kilometer per hour speed for 20 minutes into multiple times a day, depending on their breed.
Is there a maximum speed that,
4 kilometer per hour is a good speed. That's the exercise for a dog. A lot of people know my dog walker, my driver takes my dog for 1 hour. That is entertainment. That is not experience. That is not exercise, Where your dog is stopping, smelling, peeing, pooping, sitting, scratching and going. Exercise happens when it is at a consistent speed.
So coming back, you're talking about the small breeds and the suggestions. Dachshund.
We get to the medium breeds by then, or you want a little bigger breed and you can manage, then Cocker Spaniels are good. They're not big, they're not small. Cocker Spaniels are good breeds. Female is very nice. They would not attack, but they would guard your house and be a good companion, male or female. Neutered is best. In medium breeds, you want good companion, then Labradors or Golden Retrievers are good, with hair, without hair. That's up to you. Retriever with hair, Labradors without hair. Females are the best, males are good. Expecting a Labrador to guard your house, 1 out of 100 may do it.
Otherwise, they're all food driven.
Yeah, they're companion. They're hefty, happy dogs. So very less into it. So in medium breeds for first time dog owners, Golden Retrievers or Labs. If you want a guarding dog, then yes, German Shepherd female. German Shepherd female is like an all in all. You want it to be a companion, your babysitter, your you name it. You guard, protect, babysit from strangers, from animals, obey. Everything A to Z. A female German Shepherd is an anytime good bet.
Why is that these days the German Shepherd numbers are going down in terms of people trying to keep it as a pet? Is it true?
It is true. because of two reasons. One, the show standards or the looks of the German Shepherd started evolving into hind limbs being stretched. So a German Shepherd who had a straight back today has an angulation in the back where the hind limbs are stretched. So that comes with a lot of malfunctioning of their ball and socket joint in the hip. So there's hip dyslexia, elbow dyslexia. And so wrong breeding techniques get into dogs with concerns. That's one. Second, people don't go for a female. If you've had a person who had a female German Shepherd, he would after that never have a dog. Or if he has a dog, he'll go back for a German Shepherd female.
Why?
That's a lifetime experience. You would not have something better in life. So they don't want...
Good or bad, both?
There is no bad in female German Shepherd.
Okay.
So the bad thing is once she passed away, they're like, we can't take the pain, so we'll never have another dog. If they have a female German Shepherd. Or if they go back, they'll go for another German Shepherd female only. They'll never go for another dog.
So
And these people are ones who will never give me any money in their life. They don't need a behaviorist. They don't need a trainer. They don't need training center. They don't need boarding.
Oh. So it's like no maintenance, all-rounder suggestion for a medium dog would be German Shepherd.
No
female.
behavioral maintenance. You need to groom your dog. You need to
got
brush your dog, feed your dog. They're lovely animals. And if you're getting to larger breeds, then obviously you have your Mastiff, your English preferably, or if you want a little bit of guarding instinct, a Bull Mastiff is good. Females always, if they're available, or French Mastiff females always, if they're available.
What about the Saint Bernards?
Long head, lot of maintenance. So if you are rich enough that you have one or two people just to take care of your dog, then you can go for Newfoundland and Saint Bernards because they need a little regular grooming every day for a longer time. Good cold weather. But luckily the Bernards are evolved to single coat also. So you have hairy Bernards which actually evolved once upon a time as a Swiss mountain dogs in Switzerland. Today you have dogs as much as Bernards, but then they have hair as much as your Labradors. So they can live in the climatic condition, but then they get very dirty very soon. They drool a lot. So you'll have to clean it and maintain it. Until and unless you have one dedicated person in your house to do the needful for your dog, then you can go for a Bernard as well.
So what's with the Huskies? I see a lot of Indian pet parents getting it, though it's for snow and it's a mountain dog, right?
See, the dog should actually die when they come to India or in Bangalore in weather, but then they don't because these are not from Alaska or the snowy parts. For the last several generations, at least 3 to 5 generations, they're from either Thailand, they're from Singapore, they're these countries, Asian countries. It's where they come from. They don't come from the snowy regions. So though they're the breed, survival of the fittest. The ones who can't withstand the heat are dead already. The only ones who could withstand similar climatic conditions are alive. So that they are here. See, they're not going to guard your house. They're not going to protect your house.
Then what is it for? It's just a fancy dog? I mean, looks
Yes.
good.
It looks good, so they have it.
They were basically...
Sledging dogs.
Sledging dogs, right? So
They're sledging dogs. They're great sledging dogs.
So here where...
You don't have anything to sledge here.
Right,
So hyperactive. So what do you do? Put weight on their back. If they have a good anatomy on their bone, a 2 kilo water bottle on the right, 2 kilo water bottle on the left, put it on their back and get them to do your treadmill every day, 30 minutes. So you have a balanced dog at home who may not howl as much as without exercise and they're going to be a good dog at home.
Nice. Amazing suggestions. So while we were having this conversation, you did touch upon a topic wherein it's very personal. I've heard this from most of the pet parents. Once they have their dog passing away, moving on, they're two extremes. Either they will never get a dog again. First, I want to address them. So is there a way that they can move on, accept, and again consider having a dog ever in their life?
See, one, they should have another dog for two reasons. One, they've had a dog, they've had the love, they've had the affection, probably lack of knowledge that their dog passed away early because of wrong feeding habits like vegetarian food or not getting them neutered and things like that. So a dog would have lived a little more longer if you were on the right track. That's one. Second, when they know that they can do justice to an animal, so they're having another one, another 12 years, another dog is going to get their love and affection. Yes, that dog can never replace your previous dog. Your wife can never be a mother. Your daughter can never be a wife.
People
But
have
then,
replaced
yes,
so does
neither can your husband be your dad or your son be your husband on the other ways. But then it doesn't mean that one goes, the other happens, right? You lose your father at an age when you have a son, or your son is growing up and your father passes away. So that's how life runs. When you know you're a good pet parent, then you can give another nice, good life for another pup.
Right. So how can we help the pet parents get their psyche right? I see a lot of them not signing in for another dog because they're not ready to go through the pain again. So is there a fundamental level of change required as to
Like
how
I
we
said,
should
you
look
get
at
another
it?
dog in mid-age of your first one. So if a dog lives 12 years, so 6-7 years you get another dog. So when your first dog passes away, then your second dog is half the age already. So you get another dog then. That's one way of doing it. That's the easiest way of doing it. Point number one. Point number two, if you're very serious that you don't want another one and you can't have another one, then I would respect that as well. Don't go for another one for two reasons. One, after one dog, you're 12 years older. Your life financially, physically, socially has evolved 12 years. So you are not the same you were 12 years ago. And now emotionally you are 12 years drained out and you don't want that energy back, you can't afford it, then don't go for another one and keep comparing it with the previous one and sulking.
Thank you. Thank you for addressing these.
See, like I say, you respect the dog, I should say you respect the animal as well, you respect the human as well. So if they're very clear that I've had a dog, I've done my best and I don't want another one, then convincing may not be difficult, but I may confuse them at the end and they have another dog and they're going to suffer. You better not do that.
I have now some of the most asked and most misunderstood things. One is my dog barks excessively. Firstly, why and how do I manage it?
Why depends on the breed, depends on the age, depends on your environment. If there's another dog who's triggering the bark, and once all that is sorted, depends on the affection, attention that you're giving to the dog every time he barks.
So let's say once we have surpassed the training period, like usually they say until 3 years. In fact, not 3. I think it's first 1.5 years is when the dog or the puppy is most trainable, right?
The dog is trainable till his last breath, till he's 12 years. Shakespeare himself has told an old dog can be taught new tricks. Dogs can always be trained. Their socialization period is during the first year.
What is the difference between socializing and the trainable period?
Socializing is getting them used to vehicle, getting them used to other dogs, getting them used to sounds, noises, people. That in their growing time is the best for them to learn and accept things in the world. Once that's done, see, it's not that we can't socialize an adult dog, but it's much faster, easier when he's a pup because you are writing what's right on a plain board, giving them the right experience, rather than waiting for them to have a wrong experience and then trying to erase it and redo it with the right experience.
Now, the next complaint is stopping the dog from chewing the furniture, damaging the furniture. Firstly, why do they do this? Or some do, some don't.
During the puppy ages, see, they should be with the mother till they're at least 90 days. That is science. Because till then, their milk teeth, by 60 days, milk teeth is like needle. And the mother starts weaning them away, as in pushing them away, growling at them, attacking them, not to bite, to tell them don't come and suckle on me because it hurts. Now when that happens, they start biting other parts of the mother, like the leg or the hand or the mouth. So they are also biting. At the same time, the mother is also biting them. So the mother holds the puppy's leg in the hand, puppy is holding the mother's leg in their hand, in their mouth. So both of them are biting simultaneously, understanding what is puppy biting, play biting, pain biting, aggression biting. That's the best way a puppy can learn from the mother or from another puppy. So you see two puppies, one is holding the other's tail in the mouth, this is holding their leg in the mouth, and both of them are growling and biting each other. Where it doesn't bleed, but they understand what is the pressure that I can bite.
From each other, experimenting.
From each other.
Okay.
Whereas a puppy learns that if I bite too hard, it hurts me. Because the other puppy is also biting them too hard. So when they're playing with the pet parents or pet parents' children, they're not going to bite them too hard, because you have a lot of dogs who are like, my dog holds my son's hand in his mouth, but he doesn't hurt, because he's learned that. Now, during toothing, whether it is a human or a puppy, they would want to bite everything because they're toothing. Their teeth growing, milk teeth will fall, then permanent teeth will grow, and then all this happens through gums, and there's a lot of irritation and trouble in the gum. So this happens consistently up to their 3 to 4, 5 months. There you need to teach them what to chew and what not to chew. That it's a pet parent who should understand, every time my dog is biting the sofa, I am going to play football with his toy near him, but not talk to him.
Oh.
Where the dog is going to leave the sofa and come to the toy. And then encourage him to play with the toy. How do we encourage him? Putting the toy in the dog's mouth is not encouraging. Kicking the toy away is encouraging. Stamping the toy and not allowing the dog to take it is encouraging.
Why?
They want to take it.
Now you're creating excitement.
Yes. And 7 days, 7 toys. Remember that. So Monday's toy will come back only the next Monday.
Because it gets bored easily.
Yes, if the toy is lying there, he will look at something that is not lying around. So what we are doing, Monday we take the toy, wash it and keep it up on a rack that the dog can't reach. Till the next Monday, there is a value built in the dog. Because it's kept on an elevated place and I can't get it. I want to play with it. And whenever I play with it, people come and play with me with it. There should be a time. Toy shouldn't wait for the dog. Dog should wait for the toy. Similar with food. There's a time. So dogs wait for food. Nowadays food waits for the dog. So there's no value of food. So coming back to the toy thing, what happens here is dogs need the smell. And like I said, startups today, I watched it in Shark Tank or something. They give funding to somebody who made a toy that is bone shaped. Are dogs idiots? That it will go for a plastic toy that's made out of bone shape?
They can't
Dogs don't identify shape at all. They will go for a bone that is shaped like anything. Because it smells of a bone, it tastes of a bone.
So it's just the...
So investors,
fantasy.
like I said, should see whoever putting money on.
So this is the fantasy world which is created for the parents and not for the pets.
Yes,
So
bone shaped toy. My dog used to bite my shoe, so I got a shoe. It's also got Nike on it. So I got a shoe pet toy made of plastic or rubber that's got Nike on it. Doesn't make any difference. The dog is still going to go back to your shoe because it smells of you. And this smells of plastic or the plastic cover it came in.
So technically all of this is a sham.
Yes, it
I
is.
mean, all the dog-shaped bone and the bow-shaped, but apparel and all the things.
Dogs can't understand shapes only. It's only the smell. So you don't even have to buy toys. I'm sorry, but you don't have to buy toys. You make a toy. And this is when you're 30, 40, 50 days till he's around 4 months. After that, once his tooths are developed, he will not go back for it. He may not want it. It's at this time when we tell them we'll give you so much attention for biting the wrong thing, that throughout their life they're biting the wrong thing. And they'll electrocute themselves one day.
The most intelligent dog breeds?
German Shepherd. Intelligent dog breed in the world is a Border Collie, but usable dog is a German Shepherd.
What's the difference?
Too much of intelligence won't allow you to train them for everything. They're like, why should I listen to you? So Border Collies are the world's most intelligent breed, but they're used only for the agility, the craft agility shows, where they do jumping and the tunnel and all that, the black and white small dog. So they're great in herding. They're herding dogs. So you give a Border Collie 100 sheep or a herd of cows, cattle, they'll go graze them, guard them, bring them back. So they're good at what they do with the intelligence. Super intelligent people don't take orders, so they don't want to.
Got it.
Whereas the best working dog would be German Shepherd, preferably a female and then a male. Or next coming, if it's service working, then Belgian Malinois to a next level. If it's extensive, serious work, German Shepherds can, but then physically they're not as small and fit and agile as Malinois.
So are these intelligent dog breeds required for companionship, like for homes?
If you need intelligence, like I said, a German Shepherd female, she is intelligent enough to know that your baby should not be bitten. She knows that somebody at the gate should be stopped. She knows she shouldn't leave the house. She knows you can do anything with her. You can pull her, your child can pull her tail and take her around the house.
Ah, that opens another sub chapter here. A lot of young parents today, they get to see all these random videos of the baby playing with the dogs. So, can you throw some light here? Do's and don'ts.
If and only, see, remember the video is made with a trained dog, and probably the video that you're watching was the 8th, 9th, 100th shoot. And that's after editing. So, you want to take a chance, I would never say no. But the breed of your choice, gender of your choice, all that makes a difference. Sir, I have a male German Shepherd. He loves my son mad. He's a great dog. I'm not telling no. We've also had Labradors who've bitten the child to death. So it's not the breed always that matters. It's a lot of things that may come into picture. We don't know. It's
Very
hormones.
subjective.
Very subjective.
So, any word of advice here, like what to do with babies and dogs?
Firstly, if you're planning for a baby in the next 10 years, go for a female dog, go for a friendly companion dog, and get the dog used to kids from when they're a puppy. Let them socialize well with kids. Take them to park, take them to schools, play homes, get them used to kids. And then always remember, keep your dog in her place. She's not going to get on your bed. She's going to be on the floor. You can buy her a more expensive bed than yours, but that's her bed. You don't sleep on her bed, don't let her sleep on your bed. Create boundaries for hygiene reasons. However good or bad the dog is, after peeing and pooping, they lick their backside. They'll go for a walk on the garbage where all your even personal use stuff, could be sanitary pads, could be diapers, could be condoms that are thrown around, and the dog's going to walk around them and come back and sit and lick their paws. So you're getting the same tongue to lick you, and there could be a cut in your hand. And you are talking about a mother, a upcoming mother and a growing child. So remember, hygiene is very important. Dog need not be affected, but dog can be a carrier. But for our negligence, we'll be blaming the dog.
We have some people, some pet parents talking long sentences to dogs, and the dog is just giving a stare without understanding, or is it trying to read the emotion? Who's right here?
The dog is wondering, when you know that I can't understand, why are you barking for such a long time? And they're reading the emotion. They're like, I'm getting attention. Either ways, I can't understand, but I'm getting a lot of attention. So they'll sit down and listen, enjoy listening.
So how
Getting
should
attention.
one communicate with dogs? Like short commands?
See, dogs can understand and register 2-syllable words. Simple. So you don't have a dog with a long name, right? You have dogs with Tommy, Ruby, Ginger, Tiger, Tom, Rock,
Oh yeah.
Gypsy. These are your names. Where do you have a long name dog? Where have you ever seen a long name dog?
Do you advocate pets wearing these t-shirts and then those accessories? Is it good for the dogs?
It's absolutely not good for the dogs. And for people who feel my dog's going to feel cold, see, the dogs that you're planning and talking of, they're survival of the fittest. If they were supposed to feel cold, they would have died long ago. Point number one. And second, the dogs that you see them wearing, like the Beagles and the Labradors, so these are the ones who normally wear a lot of clothing that you see. They are from parts of the world where it gets 10 times more colder than what Bangalore or India can get, parts of India can get. So it's not that they're going to feel cold or things like that.
Because
In fact, the material used and things like that could create more of discomfort for the dog.
So it's better to stay
Give them
away.
a dark, cozy place. Give them a proper bedding in a place where it's warm for them rather than putting clothes on them.
Looking at your journey recently, of course, you got a doctorate from Boston University. And
Global University of Boston.
Right. Global University of Boston. So hearty congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So how has the journey been? I mean, it's quite a rare feat to achieve, right? I'm sure a lot of trainers and a lot of canine behaviorists looking up to you. Any word of advice on how the journey is and what motivates to stay in the path?
Self-satisfaction that you have done the right thing when nobody was seeing. That's your integrity, and that's what matters. Because the reason why a lot of people do not do well in animal-related business is people who are good with animals can't be good with humans. People good with humans can't be good with animals, because with being good with humans means a lot of manipulation, drama, lies. You need to speak what they want to hear, things like that. With animals, it's the other way around. You're good with animals, you're very clean, you're very straight, you don't break your head on things. But then the sad part of the business here is that you can only train a dog which is not yours if you can convince the pet parent to give you the money and the dog. Who wants, if even they want to take a consultation, they need to give an ear, they need to listen and understand and accept that what they think is wrong. Like I had a client who took up a consultation that their dog had hair issues. So I explained them everything. After a paid consultation, they left a Google review with a single star telling that he only spoke about what to feed, not what to feed, and what not to feed, and has no idea about my dog's coat and condition. Right. So they don't want to accept that what they are feeding the dog in the mouth is what's going to come out from the skin. When they don't know, and they paid, they'll heard, and they're not, because they don't want to change. They want to continue feeding what they want to continue feeding.
Then what's the point of taking a consultation?
That's up to them.
What's the future of canine training and the industry?
See, money only brings in money. So like I said, if the investors who are investing in the canine industry today, because it's a very big, very well growing industry in terms of pet products. Now, if information knowledge comes in, then products will be betterfied. You'll have better products, better utilization of products. There are people selling leash and collar, but nobody teaching with that how to walk your dog. There are people selling food, nobody telling what to feed, how much to feed. Right? There are people selling accessories, nobody is teaching how to use them.
Right.
And every dog, the good part is you can't make CDs and books out of it. It has to be tailor-made. Every dog will not accept the same brush. Brushing one dog will vary very different to brushing another dog, though they're the same breed also. Because this dog doesn't like touching ear, that dog doesn't like touching tail. So how do you get them used to it?
How?
For one dog, he may like a chew stick. So apply something that he likes on the chew stick and give him a chew stick. He's chewing the chew stick and finish grooming before he finished the chew stick. Today it was only 10 seconds. But in the next 30 days, it will get to 4 minutes. But you took money, today only do 30 minutes. Doesn't work. Give them time. Patience, consistency, nobody has.
But why is that random apps are getting developed? Like, I think there is an app which decodes the dog bark. Like,
Forget that. You have somebody called animal communicators, I believe.
Animal whisperers.
No, animal communicators. Whisperer is like a dog whisperer. I'm also called the dog. I got the dog whisperer award from Australia. There's a foundation called the John Richardson Foundation, or Australian Dog Whisperer Foundation. They have a cup called the John Richardson Cup, which is around 4 feet. So I was the first Asian to get it around 15 years ago. There's a gentleman called John Richardson who passed away. He is a behaviorist like me in Australia called the dog whisperer. So what do you mean by dog whisperer? A person who whispers to the dog and gets work done, basically. Animal communicator is another thing. That's a new trending thing today.
Is this the same thing that, dog goes missing and they basically...
That's animal communicator. So he's sitting somewhere in Calcutta or in Mumbai talking to a dog who is missed in Bangalore. So this family, the dog I was talking about, they told, so can we use an animal communicator? I like, you don't even have to ask me. The dog has gone missing from my place. You do what you want to get him back. If we can, I'll be more than happy. But then giving us reason that the dog is watching the sky, the dog is feeling hungry, this anybody will tell. Be specific. If they tell, no, they've killed the dog, fine. Where is the body?
Is there a way AI and robotics can replace trainers ever?
No, never.
Why?
Because dog responds differently. Every dog responds differently to every command.
The two that is coming in from a human.
Yes. Now if I do this with food and the dog sits, the robot can be told this and the dog sits, right? Now the dog sits there, dog sits here, dog does down, or dog jumps on the robot to take it. It depends on the dog.
And can Does dogs recognize robots like human gives?
They don't have smell. They don't
robots
smell like a
don't.
human.
Even if you can program that also, then
Then the dog will easily understand. They don't have an impulse, no? You have epilepsy detection dogs who understand your ECG, that's your impulse, and let you know that you'll get an epilepsy attack in the next 1 minute to 3 minutes. So there is no heartbeat, heart and brain coordination, so it knows that it's a machine.
Wow. Interesting. Which breed is that? Which can
Any dog who's well trained.
epilepsy? Is there any other purpose, medical purpose, apart from your cancer and epilepsy that the dogs are trained for today? The latest, as on 2025.
Therapy dogs are there.
Service dogs.
Service dogs are there. Blind guide dogs are there. Latest thing in the world, dogs are trained to detect. Which an animal communicator cannot. Dogs are trained to detect drones from a distance that no aviation security today have been able to do better than dogs. Israel and India are two countries who have been working on that consistently and got great effect, because with radiation, so you send some waves and the waves come back telling that there's a flight coming, that's okay. A drone can be made in a bird shape. So if there are few birds and one among them it's a drone, so there's disturbance. But for dog, it's not there. If you have 100 bird, one drone, the dog will tell there's a drone there. The dog doesn't need to understand whether it's a bird color, bird texture.
It's a sound.
Machine is machine, yeah. Minutest of sound the dog can identify. Ultrasonic hearing.
Is this a myth about dogs and dog training? Should dogs be punished for bad behavior?
Ignoring is the worst punishment you can ever give.
So that's what you should do.
That's the best work.
No hitting, no shouting.
It will not help. You're still giving attention, no?
Any form of attention is
attention.
Are these myths or truths? Like pit bulls are dangerous, chihuahuas are untrainable.
Chihuahuas are trainable. Pit bulls are not dangerous if raised well.
Choke chains and shock collars are a controversial tool used for training.
See, both, if you know to use it, both are a tool for the handler to learn, not for the dog to learn.
While we were having this shoot-related conversation, even before the cameras went rolling, we had few names like Salman Khan and Dino Morio and Urmila Matondkar, whom you've had interactions with. Can you walk us through what happened and how did you meet them?
Salman Khan's, I've been a diehard fan for all my life. And even today, when you said Salman Khan, the picture I remembered is the two French mastiffs, my son and Maijan, and him lying on his bed in his apartment at Galaxy Apartments in his place.
How do you know all of this?
So you follow him, you know that he's been with dogs, and my son Maijan.
You've met him?
Yes. Luckily, thanks to our producer, Mr. Manjunath, he's called Jack Manju of the Kannada film industry. So he had a min pin. So my relation to anybody is connected to a dog. So through his min pin, and that min pin was lost once. We used TV9. His younger son or somebody was walking the dog, and people pushed the person and stole the dog. And we luckily got the dog back.
What's the breed name again?
Miniature Pinscher that I spoke about, the small breed. So through that, I knew him, and he knew I was a diehard fan. And for Dabang 3 in Kannada with the Kicha Sudeep sir, Salman sir had come down to Bangalore. So since I was with the police and the railways for ages, doing the security work, so they asked me to take up the security protocol work for him. So guiding his car, the line of cars that came in the protocol to the hotel, back, up in front, I was taking care of it through Mr. Jack Manjunath, Jack Manju sir. So he introduced me the day they were leaving. So he's like, this is so and so, he's a canine behaviorist, and we had a chat for around 3-4 minutes. But I was very scared to meet him because I didn't want a bad fan experience that we've heard of. So like, I don't want him to ill-treat me or tell something that is going to hurt me, that it's never going to... I shouldn't start hating him for thing. But luckily it didn't happen. He spoke very well. A lovely gentleman. We spoke about his dogs again. It was about his dogs. And I still, for almost 2 years, I was very upset that the person I handed over the phone did not video. He only took pictures. And then later with maturity, I understood that those videos could be used with AI and a lot of other things for a lot of wanting, unwanting, advertising and stuff like that. So a picture is a picture. You're a fan, you came, you took a picture. So he has created his security profiling in such a way that you carry your phone also. Their people only will be using it. It's not that you get to video. So,
Oh.
so when you hand it over to them, they'll take photo. They will not do video. Sort of it. But then yes, during the protocol when they were on the stage, I was taking care of the security. So I could do a selfie video and all that, but I wasn't talking to him. Things like that. So that's a smart move. It's a better way of not ill-treating their fans, but then
Because
safeguarding themselves as well.
Amazing. Keep going. Wishing you more gurus. And in Kannada, it's also more guris, which is the goal. Keep going. Amruth, lastly,
Thank you very much.
we do extend the knowledge that has been extended to us back through a book. What do I give you? Do you like self-help books? Not a fan, I'm assuming.
I'm afraid I'm very bad at reading. So you want to give me a book, that's up to you. But then
Okay.
I don't know if I'll be doing justice. I'm being honest.
Maybe this book...
It'll
because
exchange
this-
from one to another.
You know, everything comes to you in its own ways. You know?
Absolutely.
Like this book, I don't know. I mean, this is a general habit of ours. Every other guest who comes, will get a...
I'd love to accept your gift. But how much use I do, I don't want to tell a lie. I'll try my best. We don't know. This may be the first book that starts me on reading and takes me into the journey of reading.
Go for it. The man who has had the PhD and the doctorate wouldn't... I mean, I don't know. I mean, you have the art of reading anyways because it's instilled in you. But whether these subjects interest you and whether do you have the fire in the belly at the moment for these subjects is the question. Never say never. Whenever you're in the mood for it, go for it.
Sure.
This is a book called This Is How You Heal. Okay, it is a collection of one of the best-selling author, 101 essays that will change the way you think. So it has a lot of things. I think this is like a snack, like any page that you would just want to randomly turn and then see what's the para talking about. Probably you might give this a shot or see the index and see how you can
Sure.
read. And as a tradition that started on our Just Curious Kannada podcast, can you please nominate 3 guests that you would like to see on the seat for us to explore his or her journey and a walk of life that they would represent?
One, Mr. Bhaskar Rao, our ex-Bangalore Police Commissioner, who's been a very good guide and a world of knowledge, integrity, and ocean depth of policing knowledge, which public today need to learn and understand how things work on the other side of the table. And that's one. And Dr. Wasim, who's a Bandipur animal expert, elephant expert. He takes care of our Rampura elephant camp.
And he was also on our Just Curious Kannada podcast.
He also supports us with our dogs there, if and when required. His knowledge in terms of wild animals especially is huge.
Amazing.
So these are 2 people that I would love to nominate.
Thank
you.
There you go. This episode's dessert partner is Polar Bear. Polar Bear, the ice cream sundae zone. Polar Bear is now present in 160 outlets, 30 cities and in 5 states. If you're a vegetarian, that too 100% vegetarian, Polar Bear is for you. The menu has 40 plus ice cream sundaes and all the ice creams are made from pure milk. What are you waiting for? Visit and keep sharing the Sunday love. So I guess, guys, that's the awesome session. We've dug deep into multiple things from understanding the behavior to breed that one can select and lots in between. Until next time, of course, this is me, Rapid Rashmi, signing out of another, a heavy, light, whatever session that you would want to take it as. Do let us know in the comment section as to who would you like to see here on this chair and what category of people are you curious to see. And in this particular conversation, or rather the session, What did intrigue you? What kind of touched your heart? What conversation just enlightened you? And what was new to you? Let us know in the comment section. Until next time, Amruth, take care and cheers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Like, share, and subscribe to our English channel and our Kannada audience coming in here. Thank you so much. We hope we have given you a lot more than what the Kannada podcast had to offer, and the English audience following us to take a look at our Kannada channel as well. So for now, it's just Kannada and Hindi. बाद में हिंदी तो पता नहीं, देखते हैं, फ्लो के साथ चलते हैं. Thank you.